All right. Let's take some letters.
If you want to send in a letter, send it to castlesuperbeastmail@gmail.com. That's castlesuperbeastmail@gmail.com.
I'm starting to sundown.
That's okay. That's okay, buddy.
I'm feeling it.
Okay.
Okay. We got one coming.
Always remembering that he's on his podcast. That's cute, Mr. Madden.
We got one coming in from Elena. Hey, dear Woolie and Pat. Everyone's making jokes about Maria getting shot in the upcoming Sonic movie, but I want them to include one bit of lore that's been forgotten because it was only mentioned in the game manual and website. In Sonic Adventure 2 canon, Gerald Robotnik began his research to try and make a cure for Maria's space AIDS. It's called Neuroimmune Deficiency Syndrome, or NIDS for short. Pressure from Gunn to use his research for weapons-making purposes led Gerald to then make a giant lizard monster prototype, which was then reworked into a hedgehog with air shoes. This means that Shadow is canonically immune to HIV. The game itself never says NIDS out loud, and it vaguely acknowledges this backstory. But now's the time for Paramount to either right this wrong, or once again that Hollywood is a den of cowards.
Yeah, they need to have a conversation between Shadow and Sonic in which he's like, hey, Sonic, by the way, I can't catch AIDS.
What a good fucking email.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Incredible.
That's a good fucking email, by the way. Like, holy shit. Like, my Sonic Adventure lore, because the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 were definitely my two favorites out of all the like Sonic games and stuff. And I do actually remember this weird NIDS thing, but I never thought of it as like space AIDS. And so that it just opened up this whole like big part of my brain that now I'm like, whoa. Holy shit. Dude.
Only the weakest hedgehogs need prep, Sonic.
Shadow can do what he wants. Absolutely what he wants. And we love that for him. He can do whoever or whatever, however he wants.
We got one coming in.
Fucking hedgehog conversion party gone awry.
We got one.
Cut us off. Hurry up. Hurry up. Me and Pat are going to make this so much worse.
Pause load control.
Tearing up.
Absolutely everyone must deposit their emeralds into this hedgehog.
I'm never allowed back on this podcast.
Elena, thank you for the email. Are you satisfied? Did we do it? Is that what you were looking for? Are you happy? I think you got it.
Well, I hope you're happy.
There you go.
Good email.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right.
Good email. Thank you. Oh, fuck.
We got one coming in from Dull. Says, salutations, Frank Castle and Mr. Beast. If you could delete one piece of media from history, and by extension everything that logically follows it, what would you remove and why? Okay. I think, like... I think easy mode on this is if you say like, oh, the Phantom Menace, because but then whatever. I'm gonna say The Matrix Reloaded. I think if The Matrix simply existed as its
fuck you, that highway scene is worth it.
I'm down for The Matrix and we just keep it there. I'll take that.
I got one. The Epic of Gilgamesh, just to see what would happen.
All stories deleted.
No, not all stories deleted, but they'd all be switched out for completely different stories, and the whole world would just change overnight.
The concept of the narrative has been destroyed. God damn it. Destroy the first domino.
Just stomp this prehistoric butterfly to death and see what happens.
The thing that crawled out of the primordial ooze, just boot it right back in.
Yeah, fuck you. This is your fault.
Any come to mind, Sheena? A thing you would delete that would then erase the entirety of its after effects?
The Beatles.
Oh man.
The Beatles.
Jesus Christ.
Music.
Jesus fucking. You chose violence.
Just like Pat.
You chose violence.
Just because I'm like Pat.
Oh my God.
Fucking psychotic little gremlin.
That's insane.
I just want to see what happens.
Just to see what happens.
Alternatively, can I pick one?
Sure.
I'd like to delete Taylor Swift to see what other cult-like figure all these white women would attach themselves to.
See, because like
you'd think Beyonce.
Yes. Beyonce has her own sector. But
yeah. The Beehive.
Like, what do you think? Like, what I wonder, would it be like would Katy Perry take the reins?
She's in the back of the car with the red scarf, man.
She embarrassed herself with on SNL. It's done. There's no coming back.
That's fair. That's fair enough. But like with the Beatles, like I don't like the Beatles, but I respect what they did for music. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't.
Wow. Okay. You're allowed to wake up and choose violence. That's fine.
Hey man, Ringo tried to write every person back.
But I don't like them. Like if someone puts them on, I won't be like, oh, what is this? But like I respect them for what they did for music. And especially the genres of music that I like, which is why I'm so fascinated to see what would happen if they did not exist.
I got in
where my genres of music
what would happen
would be.
I got in super late, so I mean I'm not like I didn't grow up with any of that, but what I got into circa Beatles rock band, I was like, hey, this is pretty good shit. I liked it.
Sheena,
what?
If you remove the Beatles, then we are going to miss out on Chuck Berry's fucking face when Yoko Ono just starts screaming in the middle of her set.
Why, bro?
So mad. He got so mad.
Oh.
You know what he did? Right after that, he went back to his room and he farted in 2 hookers' faces. That's what he did.
And then peed on a 3rd one.
Right? He got really upset.
Man, that's rock and roll right there.
Damn.
That is rock and roll if I've ever heard of it, baby. But yeah, that's it. I just want to see what happens. Oh my God. I would like to see what happens.
Wouldn't it be crazy if nothing changed? The Beatles are gone and just like literally everything happened the same way. Like, oh wow, crazy.
I would scream. I would lose my fucking shit.
Or Lennon's just working at the post office somewhere.
One could like the
Paul's just there, like just selling hot dogs on the street.
I'm sure our folks would argue and say that like the Stones would take over or something, right? Because that was the fucking NSYNC Backstreet Boys of the time, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
that first email was a good email. The second email was the one that was it was a good email, but it was a violent email.
It was. Yeah. It does.
It caused violence. It stirred the pot.
Want to cause problems.
What can you delete from the world and live by the butterfly effect? Someone said the Bible.
That's easy. Come on.
All right.
Chat, fucking tweet at me because I want to know what other people have to say genuinely, because now I'm really fascinated to think about where we would be in media, because initially my first answer would have been like Lovecraft or something, to see how we develop like conceptually with our horror stuff.
If we
can you figure out how to be afraid of aliens without imagining like black people or Chinese people?
I was about to. I'm like, if you deleted Lovecraft, if you deleted Lovecraft's works, then all we would have is a guy with a cat whose name is quite interesting.
It is a very interesting thing, yeah. Or even if we keep Lovecraft, what about like something like Poe? You know what I mean? If we got rid of Poe,
oh, Edgar Allan.
Poe. Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe, right? So like,
but then we wouldn't have like an entire genre of media defined by syphilitic madness.
We would not. We would have no Tim Burton.
Well, but that's what I mean, because a lot of my work,
get rid of Poe then.
A lot of my work is genuinely inspired by Poe, and so that's why. So initially that was gonna be my first answer, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna start some shit. So then I said the Beatles because both of those are good. So Chad, if you have an inkling to tweet at me what you guys would feel, because I definitely just want to know. Now I'm just gonna have like an existential crisis later when I'm high on my edible, and I'm gonna think about, wow, where would we have been? Do that for me. Give me an existential crisis later, please.
When I was in elementary school, and like I read Poe like for the first time, and they like I remember like reading The Raven. I remember that was one of the first times I was like getting an assignment, and like the flow of that, I was like, yo, bars. Like it has a flow to it that was quite sick. I really liked that as a kid reading it back in the day.
It's good.